Thank you. Welcome, everyone. I'm Nikhil from MediaSmart. And before I start, I would like to thank AdTech for creating this opportunity today to discuss, engage, and getting us all together to talk about a very interesting topic, the new prime time. The pandemic has redefined our lives in so many ways, from creating content to consuming content. Needless to say, it has also revamped our television viewing patterns. The television landscape has significantly changed. The lines between prime time, non-prime time seem to have really blurred. Over the past 20 months, the concept of prime time has undergone a drastic change, especially with the Indian audiences. Before OTT platforms came into the picture, the prime time used to be few hours between 7 to 11, mostly on weekdays, and probably 8 to 10 in much earlier part of our days, probably on weekends. But now it has taken a very new meaning. Since everyone is homebound, unfortunately, and spending a considerable amount of time looking for video entertainment options, traditional television viewing habits have been replaced by newer consumption habits, either on the smaller or the big screen. Now, the on-demand content is captivating, good viewership throughout the day, which means anytime is prime time. With this, I would like to introduce our first guest and panelist, Rajiv Dhal, Chief Revenue Officer of ZEE5. Rajiv has worked in a leadership position across a wide range of media and consumer internet companies in his career spanning over 2 decades. Currently, he leads the revenue function for ZEE5 for driving common vision across sales, ad tech, and user data enrichment practice to offer innovative, sharply targeted, and scalable ad solutions for brands. Prior to ZEE5, he has been responsible for leading functions across ShareIt and monetization functions across Telehunt, and he has also worked across advertising and media companies like WPP for over a decade. While Rajiv, you are no guest to me, it's great to connect with you again. And let me start by a very simple question. What defines the new prime time for the business that you are leading?
Hi, Nikhil. Hi, good evening. Hi, Shiny. Hi, everybody. So thanks for inviting me to the panel. Now, straight away, coming to the answer for your question, it'll be in two parts. While you have already answered half of it by way of shaping up your question itself. So yes, it has spread. People have more time at hand. They've got more options as well. Because of that phenomenon, the viewership has spread across multiple day parts. Having said that, something very interesting that you may or may not expect is, if you were to just say peak, is there any peak left, or is it completely flattened out? So we were also curious. So we observed across more than a year now on how's the viewership pattern shaping up, are content clusters changing, are taste clusters shifting, are people trying new genres, various things. Now, since your question is specific to time band, let me surprise you. Yes, it has flattened. Still, the reality is that a lot of people are still watching when TV used to be watched. So now I've thrown a slide on the screen. There are two lines. The dark line, black line is for all adults, and the lighter one is for youth. No major difference. They're watching in the afternoon, they're watching late evening. But what you will notice is the difference between, or the gap between off time band, prime time band versus prime time band, that has narrowed. So that's one clear visible change. What has happened on weekday versus weekend is another interesting number to look at. Now, VOD, because it's video on demand, it's all individualistic. So people have their own choices. I want to watch Abhay and somebody else wants to watch maybe a series on Netflix, right? So different people, different choices. Way more time on the weekend. So you can clearly see a dip, okay? Now, we were also surprised to look at this, that when weekend you have more time, why is it that on weekdays you're watching more than weekends? So interesting thing to add for you. What has happened is a lot of viewership has shifted to connected TV. Now, this is information on connected TV. So what you'll observe is the gap between, say, a Monday or a Sunday on connected TV versus Monday or a Sunday or Tuesday or a Sunday on VOD. There's a drastic change. So
Yeah.
people are watching or switching more to larger screens. They are spreading out through the day. They are trying new content genres, which is also very interesting. So it's not only the time of the day, it's also what are they watching in those time bands. So we've observed a lot of youngsters. Our primary audience is youth, 18 to 34. 70% of our users fall in that bracket. They're watching news content way more than before. A, because of pandemic. Second, because of a lot of news around politics and various other reasons, international news, sports, etc. So news amongst youth was not a regular habit. We observed that as a regular habit. Food is a new genre that has picked up. So it's time band wise shifting. So very interesting point that you've touched upon. Prime time, is it still the same old linear way of looking at it, which is 8 p.m. to 10 p.m., or is it through the day? So the answer is through the day. Peak remains same because the habits don't change. Still, a lot of families must be watching connected TV together as well, but it has spread through the day.
I mean, this is absolutely baffling. If we met 3 years back, Rajiv, and which we did probably the last time we met, and I would have asked you this question, and I don't think either of us would have thought that we would be discussing a Tuesday and a Wednesday, and probably people's working hours, which is probably 8 to 2 p.m. for that matter, to be considered as peak hours for viewing their content. And clearly it's very visible that the consumption patterns have hugely changed, right? And I think most advertisers have to sort of pay heed to it. And very interestingly, I think, Rajiv, you also touched upon a very interesting thought process on connected TVs, right, which are also sort of playing catalyst. And that's what my next question to you is, that you've had first-hand experience on how consumers are constantly interacting on evolved technologies, and one of obviously them being connected TVs. So what newer trends are you willing to share with us, from a consumer tech lens, or from a lead, and you are a leading consumption channel for all primetime consumers, that is absolutely undebatable. But what do you think are the new trends that are you observing? And probably do you see this base of connected TV viewership growing in India, or are we going to follow the trend which we are seeing in West, and we all know how big connected TV is in the West? So what factors do you foresee playing catalyst?
Sure. So interesting. Connected TV in last 1 year, we have observed around 3x growth in terms of the total time spent by our users. The total number of viewers is still a sub 10 million kind of a base for us. We believe that the industry is already 30 to 35 million strong. For us, it's give or take somewhere close to 10 million kind of a base, but that's a 3x growth in terms of time spent. So it's become part of people's life. Now, since you asked some interesting things to look upon, there are a lot of SVOD users, and AVOD is picking up. So earlier, if SVOD, which is subscription, when people pay money to watch, was 2/3 and AVOD was 1/3, now it's 50-50. And why is that shift happening? Because we are pumping, every other company is also pumping a lot of good quality content also on AVOD. B, the cost for smart TV or even TV for that matter has come down drastically. Today, for 18,000 bucks, you can buy a 32-inch smart TV with Alexa or whatever, all options available. That was not the case earlier. Internet is available all across. So life is pretty peaceful and people are accepting connected TV left, right, and center. Has it really grown in smaller cities, or is it still a metro phenomenon? That's a very critical question that a lot of advertisers have in their mind. Our experience is 60% is still a top 10 city phenomenon. 40% is coming and it's growing very fast in smaller cities. But as you know, because of various reasons, it can take a little bit more time. I would say that over next 2 years, our estimate is half of Indian urban population or urban TV households will be connected TV, right? Now, what are people watching on connected TV? That's the second interesting fact that one has to look at. And there you can draw kind of a contrast with the Western or evolved world. In India, people are still watching more of video on demand, not too much of live TV. So that's one key shift that's bound to happen, but has not happened yet. Now, when we talk about UK and we see 53% of UK's base is already connected TV, they're watching live TV on connected TV, which is like a smart TV. You're just, instead of a linear feed, it's like a digital feed. That's not really the case over here in India. For example, for us, we carry 100 odd news channels, which are all live channels. Okay, and we still see a very small percentage, though it's growing very fast, but still a small percentage of viewership coming from live news channel. Now, people watching live ZTV or any other TV channel for that matter on connected TV could take another 1 to 2 years. Is a function of how the infra spreads. Thanks to Reliance, thanks to Airtel, they're ensuring that every household is connected. So we expect that to grow as well. But that's where we stand right now, 60% of metro kind of phenomenon. Another interesting fact, is it English? Is it Hindi? Is it language spread? So 60% of connected TV in our case, because we represent all languages in India. As you know, Z is across all leading languages, the content is available. 60% of our content consumption is in Hindi and 40% is in other languages. And as you know, key languages would be Southern languages, Bengali and Marathi. So 40% is regional languages and 60% is Hindi. Very small percentage of our viewership is right now English viewership. But again, any small base growing much faster than anything else. What are people watching? 80% odd is either movie, news, or very popular GEC shows. So I'll tell you, interesting fact that we need to look at as well is there is a growing base of cord cutters. We observe around 30 to 40% of our base going completely cord cutters or cord shamers, as they say, shavers, sorry, which is I have a DTH connection, but I only watch news, specific genres or sports. So 40% of our base is falling in that category. So that's another reason why you'll find that the genres are similar. It's just that the channel or distribution channel has changed. So those are few observations on connected TV from our side. We are betting big on it. We are betting very big on it. Last but not the least,
sure, please.
Connected TV in our country is growing primarily because of connected devices and not only smart TV. So 75% of our base right now is either AFS or other such boxes. And we see that trend continuing because of the way telcos are planning their future perspective. So that's where our connected TV game stands.
No, I think this is great, Rajiv. I think anybody, all our viewers listening, this would be like a crash course on CTV, and there are so many questions around it, right? It's being discussed in so many forums. Not everybody has enough knowledge, but I believe whatever facts you shared across the diaspora of connected TV is so interesting for all the viewers. In fact, just to add on, India also has the cheapest data plan. Price per GB is one of the cheapest across the world. So which means accessibility and penetration for CTV is only going to get higher. And I think one interesting segment that we have also observed, two observations, one as a programmatic platform, is that while people think connected TVs is only OTT, it's actually not. News is a phenomenally fast growing section of not just downloads, but just active bid requests that we see coming from news channels. So very similar observation. And it's a fairly well penetrated category, and obviously due to the reasons of multiplicity: one, we are at home; two, pandemic; three, maybe sports. Olympic was around the corner. So great, Rajiv. I think these are very interesting observations, and thank you for bringing that to the table. Great. So I think I will, like I promised, we'll try to keep it short. As we approach the end of the section, let me throw a very generic question, and would love to get your understanding on this side of the world as well. That, do you think connected TV advertising is the next big thing in the Indian market? and as per changing customer preferences or as per advertiser understanding? Is it the next big thing in the Indian market?
Definitely yes. So the short answer is absolutely yes, no doubt about it. The long or slightly detailed one is a lot of work needs to be done because the households have not been profiled yet. We don't know who's watching. So people are right now betting on some qualitative factors like if he's got a large screen or that household has a large screen, must be high on affluence. So right now it's being sold qualitative. It's not at a scale. So the scale also is yet to build. So the short answer is yes, next big thing, definitely, undoubted. The viewership is going to shift, but a lot of work needs to be done. And I do appreciate MediaSmart and Apple yourself, the company behind the initiative itself. I think you guys are doing some great job and much more needs to be done. The ecosystem has to evolve. It has to move towards a very progressive direction. And I guess it's already moving in that direction. I'm pretty confident we'll reach there soon.
Yes, I think with partners like you and ad tech people like us, we will surely make the rounds and make sure that this becomes quite big. I think you rightly pointed out understanding and profiling is very generic right now from an advertiser or a consumer lens and who is the CTV user. And probably before it gets generalized, the technology has to probably facilitate and enable, because most people understand the users by their mobile IDs and their consumption patterns or their usage patterns on mobile, and probably which is where MediaSmart has its own proprietary technology, which is CTV and household sync, which plugs in your advertising on the large screen, maps it to his journey on his small screen, and probably creates that footprint of a user on both sides. So I think quite exciting. Rajiv, we are going to move to a very interesting section, and while probably I'll risk being not as fun as Karan Johar, but this interesting part of our catch up and session is called rapid fire. I hope you're ready for that, and you will have to give me answers. You can't think. That's the whole purpose.
Sure.
All right. Superb. So starting the first question of my rapid fire to you, Rajiv, is, have you been watching Olympics with your family? And if so, was it on Sony Live or Sony 10 channel?
I have seen everything that was relevant in Olympics, which is all our final bouts. Every event we have seen, and incidentally, we saw it together as family, at least 3 to 4 people at any given point of time, and only Sony Live.
Ah, interesting. Fantastic. So we have an OTT versus DTH user. We have an OTT user here. Very nice. My next question to you. In the next 3 years, where do you foresee TV watching consumer base comfortably scaling and consuming their prime time? Tata Sky or Amazon Fire Stick?
That's an interesting one. Yesterday we got a call. Tata Sky is giving free Amazon Fire Stick. So it looks like it's going to see a lot of consolidation in that area, hopefully as well. It will not remain a multi-member fight. But the short answer is Amazon Fire Stick.
Yes, interesting. Thanks, Rajiv. You're being very candid. I was expecting interesting answers, and we are right there. So, next question: future of Z network on revenues, Z5 or the Z television network?
Reality: after 3 years, Z5; till 3 years, linear.
Wow, great answer. Couple of last 2 questions: D2C versus legacy CPG brands. Who do you think will rule the consumer's choice by 2025?
100% D2C.
Wow. Interesting. Very interesting. Last question for you, Rajiv, before we call this session. CTV advertising future, do you think it's going to be lying under the programmatic buying ecosystem, or will still remain in the Indian diaspora of, limited IO buys or purchase order buys?
To my mind, 100% programmatic. Connected TV is like it's getting or taking birth in the new era of internet. So everything will be unique. It will not be dependent on cookie. It will not be dependent on major IDs that like we are used to GIDs or IDFAs. It'll be a completely different ecosystem. Since it's evolving from ground zero, it'll be completely unique. Yeah.
Fantastic, Rajiv. Thank you so much for coming, spending time with us, sharing this abundance of knowledge on CTV and everything inside it. I think some of the most memorable insights which you shared with us very nicely on a presentation are going to stick with us and the viewers for a very long time. I hope it was an interesting session and I didn't bug you too much on the rapid fire. I hope all comfortable questions. So good to have you, Rajiv.
Good fun.
Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you, Shiny.